Welcome back to my series of 100%ing every LEGO game ever. This is LEGO Jurassic World Part 2. Make sure you go ahead and watch Part 1 in case you haven't seen it yet. And with that being out of the way, let's jump straight back into collecting minikits and completing free roam. Alright, done with all the levels, we've unlocked all of the maps and officially unlocked free play, so let's jump straight into the first movie, first part, and start collecting all of these minikits. Power up this thing, get a minikit. Dig in some shit, get a minikit. These mini kits are not very interesting. The cool thing is that we can just leave the level after we've collected everything we need. Grab an amber brick, climb in this tent, grab another mini kit. We actually need Claire here, which is pretty cool. But in general, most of these mini bricks, mini kits, amber bricks, whatever, are just using a bunch of different characters with different abilities. Like here you need a Triceratops to crush all of this. And thank God I already had this guy unlocked, because you actually need the dinosaurs. You need to have the amber bricks to be able to collect other mini kits and stuff, which is pretty annoying. This is a super cool mini kit. We get it from the guy in the toilet who's gonna be eaten by the T-Rex shortly after this. We built some baby goats to get a mini kit. We do some more excavation in this tree area. Climb up here, grab a mini kit. Shoot some flares at the T-Rex to get another amber brick. Oh, actually, that was for the mini kit. Anyways, we break this wall, get another mini kit, more mini kits, and then we head over to this section where unfortunately I haven't unlocked the comps yet, so we will have to come back to this section later on. We then shoot down these targets, get a mini kit, smell a bunch, and dig up another mini kit. This is cool. I like this scent tracking feature of the raptors. It's pretty cool. You actually need a bunch of characters here. And this is one of my favorite mini kits of the entire game. First we use John Hammond to grab one mini kit, and that unlocks this area where we built this little diorama of the game, well, of the movie, and that gives you another mini kit. We do some more hacking. Well, this is part of the story, but I just like this part, so I left it in again. And then some more hacking, this time controlling this weird roboter thingy machiney. Grab another mini kit, and then we shoot some targets to get into this weird cinema area where we get another mini kit. Okay. And after grabbing, I think, the final mini kit of the first movie, we have unlocked a bunch of dinosaurs, including these skeleton dinosaurs you get for collecting all 10 mini kits in the level. Pretty cool. I really like this feature. You actually get a reward for collecting mini kits, which is nice. Not every game has this. And so we're already on to the second movie, where this time I do the color game right. And we climb over here, do a bunch of parkour to grab the first mini kit. Then we spawn in a bunch of dinosaur soldiers. Okay, this is kinda cool. Very creative. Wasn't expecting this. 10 out of 10. And that grants us a mini kit, not an amber brick. That's very surprising. Okay, next level. Another cool loading screen. We break open this wall, use the light, shoot down a bunch of things, and grab a mini kit. Then I just wanted to include this section again because I think it's genius that you need two characters hanging down. And then we get to one of the most annoying mini kits in the entire game. Basically, you need to build this shooting range thingy, power up the targets, get this amber brick. And then what you have to do is shoot all of these ducks, but they're so fast, and for some reason the aim does not want to work at all. So what we have to do is climb in here to distract the Stegosaurus, and then we have a bit more time to shoot. But as you can see, I'm missing every shot, which is really odd. I've never seen this happen in any LEGO game before. Usually these shots actually hit the target they're supposed to hit. But after some trial and error, I figured out that if you stand at the very left, you can hit them easily. We then build a mini kit on top of this house. No idea how I didn't see that earlier. Well, not a house, a cage. And we do a bunch more running around, sniffing some more of these scent trails, climbing, growing plants. This cool mini game again where we control the car. I enjoyed it the first time, I enjoyed it the second time. Really cool level. Grab an amber brick from up top, and then My controller died? Okay. I have no idea how that happened. I'm playing with a Switch controller, by the way. Here we get this really cool mini kit by sneaking past this army dude. And we grow one ourselves. Some more scent trails, fighting a bunch of compies. And then this one is cool. We build these Jurassic World shooter targets to get an amber brick. Then here my camera just flipped for some reason. I don't think that's supposed to happen, but whatever. Back in the tower, some more climbing, some more tunneling. And then this one is pretty cool. We break open this area, grab one, and then unfortunately I messed up because at the left there was one more mini kit, so I had to replay the entire level. And since that pissed me off so much, I decided I'd just get some red bricks. And of course, you also have to buy those red bricks, which I for some reason totally forgot what to do. And so I just searched around the island, grabbed a bunch of gold bricks while we're at it. I usually don't do this, but I don't know, I was super mad. And then we head back to this Parasaur arena area, fight some compies, get some gold bricks, fight some dillos, and then we shoot these dillo targets. And that of course grants us a red brick, and these red bricks are super useful because they unlock a bunch of extras, and one of them is the mini kit detector and another is the amber brick detector. And I forgot that you have to buy them of course, but then I headed over to this area and bought them real quick. And now collecting mini kits is so much easier. I also got destroy on contact, which makes that all things you can destroy instantly break as soon as you touch them. And as you can see here, we now have these white arrows pointing to collectibles, which just makes it so much easier. Here's the mini kit I had missed before. I had to replay that entire level. And obviously in some levels this looks absolutely crazy, like in this one where we reel in this mini kit and then play as one of the raptors, try to sneak past other raptors. Did not quite work. Instead we hunt down a little picnic table and dig up a little mini kit. Back to this Stegosaurus level. I actually missed one mini kit here, so we dig that one up as well. And then grab one falling down from the bus thingy. Some parkour on the side of the ship, and some Troodon fighting, as well as charging this gate. Holy yap. Anyways, grab those two mini kits, shoot out another mini kit. This level had pretty cool mini kits. I really enjoyed these. Save this guy for another mini kit, and then shoot some flares or whatever that is at the T-Rex to grab the last one. Oh, I was actually missing one. Got it eventually. We then do some more hacking. I really did not understand this game at all. Press the planes. We get a supply drop for that. That's pretty cool. Dig up some more mini kits. Watch this fight sequence a bit because it's super cool. And I thought that maybe I'd use this footage later on. Did not end up doing that. Anyways, grab another mini kit. Shoot down this target for another mini kit. And I just wanted to include this sequence again because I really enjoyed it. Grab an amber brick and follow this, and this was super dumb because this obviously ends the story with the video and I was still missing a mini kit up there, so we had to replay the entire level again. Yay. Anyways, I skipped it for now. Grabbed a bunch of mini kits in this level. That's the engine facility. They actually improved, or well, made this math game harder by adding more squares. Kind of cool. And I really enjoyed this game. You have to pump around the liquid to shoot out a mini kit as John Hammond. Then here I took a picture of this raptor too early, which obviously continues the story, meaning I had to replay this level as well. But I was missing some others here anyway, so it doesn't matter. Play this Raptor Pac-Man game, grab a mini kit out of this pretty cool closet with all of these valuable things. I don't know if this is any reference, but maybe someone in the comments can tell me. And then this time I took the right picture and got the mini kit. And the last mini kit was in this chase sequence. Next level, shoot a dillo target, shoot some more targets, and then this next mini kit is low-key kind of hard to see. If I hadn't run back, I wouldn't even have realized that there's a mini kit up there. Well, I guess the arrow kind of helped. Also, this boss fight is so lame. You literally attack the boss once and it's over. Anyways, fly over here, get a mini kit, head into the cave, get a mini kit, do some jump and run over this gate, pull down this and get an amber brick. A bunch of climbing at the aviary grants us another amber brick. I think this is actually the pterosaur or something like that. And then a little compy maze. This one was also pretty cool, even though it was kind of confusing. And then I died. And here you can actually see how the mini kit builds into one of those skeleton dinosaurs. I really like that feature. Here we build an ammonite for a mini kit, also pretty cool one. And instantly exit, of course, and now the dino is finished. Then I went back to, I think this is the first movie, to grab all of these compy mini kits I wasn't able to get before because I hadn't unlocked the compy yet. But we grabbed those two and then this one, and with that we're pretty much done with the first movie. And so we jump over to the final movie, Jurassic World, where we punch a bunch of compies, grab this mini kit, then we build a mini kit and do some more hacking, or I guess call for another supply drop. Grab that one as well. These are actually pretty cool. Back to my absolute arch nemesis area level section. I guess at least we get to blow it up. Some more hacking, again, Pac-Man like game, and some more math. Unfortunately, Mr. Baldhead can't do this one. Grab the mini kit, use the combination of Raptor and Compy for this mini kit. That was pretty cool. And all of that was actually underneath the Indominus Rex habitat, which was pretty cool. Then here I was super confused until I realized that you have to use the night vision goggles to be able to build in the dark. I did not know that was possible until now. And here you can see that you can actually see the arrows during the cutscenes, which is pretty funny. Then we get this one from the anti-plants, drop down this mini kit. I feel like I could have gotten this one in the story. I don't know how I missed that. And shoot some targets for an amber brick. Back to this chase sequence, and oh my god, these collectibles are so annoying. If you miss them, you have to replay everything. Grab some more mini kits, and this one. This was by far the most confusing mini kit for me out of probably the entire game. I tried so many times, failed this so many times, until I realized that there was actually an arrow over here that showed you where you had to jump off from. I don't know how I didn't realize that. What the hell is going on in the background? Anyways, another chase sequence with some annoying mini kits to collect. These are just... I really don't like those. I like the levels, but collecting the mini kits absolutely sucks. Over to the pterosaur level, another Pac-Man mini game. Gives us another mini kit. I like these hacking mini kits, they're pretty cool. Dillo brick, climb up this plant for a mini kit, hit our head against this wall for another one, and track some sense near the Indominus Rex. Then we get one in the chase sequence, and one out of this weird thingy. And I tried to include most mini kit types, so for example this one where you shoot the glass and stuff, just so you can see the difference between all of the mini kits. This is also one of my favorite mini kits. You actually have to do a little DNA puzzle to create a new life form, I guess. Well, in this case, a mini kit. And then this amber brick is also pretty cool. You knock out all of the amber bricks, and one of them is obviously collectible. And now we're already done with all the movies, so it's over to free roam, where we grab all of these red bricks. And this one's pretty cool. We track down a gold brick by John Hammond out of Lost World for some reason. And honestly, from now on, the free world is pretty... yeah, I mean, I'm not a big fan of the islands, to be honest. I feel like they're so constricting. There's so many areas you can't access at all. If you look at Skywalker Saga or LEGO Marvels or stuff, there's like an actual open area, not just like paths you can take. That's kind of bad, I guess, in this game, but I still really enjoyed it. Also, we get to play as a T-Rex, so that's sick. Buy some more red bricks. These detectors are insanely overpowered. And then I did some DNA splicing and made this cool Bowser Baryonyx. Never ended up playing it, but whatever. We also get to see all of our fossils, which is really cool, and play a little boat racing minigame. There's actually a bunch of these races. Like 2 out of 20 of those are actually enjoyable, but whatever, at least they're not the same all over again. Not just taking pictures or grabbing gold bricks. kind of unique, I guess. Then I took all of these pictures. I really like this feature because you get to see like iconic scenes from the movies. Pretty cool. And then we save this worker, buy some more gold bricks, and that's actually my first stud multiplier. I decided to not use any cheat codes, but I am going to use the extras because why the hell not? I then tried to save this weird woman who was hanging down, and as you can see, it took me forever, so I actually gave up. We took some more pictures. And as you can see, there's no fast travel, so what you have to do is enter a level and then leave it again to travel to a new destination, which is really annoying. Then this weird machine shoots out a bunch of studs and red bricks for some reason. I really did not get this puzzle at all. Maybe someone can explain that for me. And a bunch more races. And also all of the races, you basically need the packy to complete them. So that's kind of lame. Or at least some sort of car or vehicle. We also need to play the Bronto here, which is pretty cool. And now I started healing all the dinosaurs and destroying all of these amber bricks, I guess, by roaring with the giant dinosaurs. And this is super cool. I mean, come on. Baryonyx, Spinosaurus. I feel like every dino nerd would definitely enjoy this part of the game. Shoot some more targets and fly over here to grab another gold brick. And actually save the guy in the toilet again. That's kind of funny. That's another gold brick. I don't know how that's a worker in peril, but whatever. Really cool that they included this again. We then fixed the Jurassic Park car, but for some reason we can't drive it. I don't know why. And then here I kind of cheesed this part. I just pushed out the bricks. I feel like you're probably supposed to use the night vision goggles, but whatever. Break a bunch of these bricks as the packy for another gold brick. And then this puzzle I also did not understand at all.
This is wonderful.
Just clicked a bunch of bone parts and that gives me a red brick for some reason. And we can also buy the scientist and heal the Triceratops. Buy. Some jump and run for another gold brick. And now we're using the Apastosaurus, I think is its name, to shoot ourselves up here for a gold brick. Jump up to the house with another bone trampoline. Still no idea how those work. Heal a Dilophosaur with some meat. That's actually pretty cool. Then we head over to Ned's death area, and this is also a really cool gold brick. We built the spray can or whatever that was with the embryos inside, and also get this cool picture. Then we grab a bunch of random more gold bricks and race around the entire first Jurassic Park. And finally we get to this sequence, which is really annoying. You need a dinosaur that can break these bricks, but obviously you can only do that with big dinosaurs. Also, I figured out how to get onto this roof. And so what we have to do is we have to DNA manipulate a raptor, give it a T-Rex head so that it can scream or like roar and break amber bricks. Super annoying. I don't like it when they make you use these custom features like custom characters and stuff. I never use those. I've said so in my Harry Potter games before. Anyways, another race, some more compy puzzles. I actually quite like these. Then we get the Bay Harbor Butcher, Harbor Master, Baldhead, and buy all of the cars. Well, almost all of the cars. I ended up being broke, so instead we heal this raptor, buy Kafey Bowman, whoever that is, grill some marshmallows, and end up breaking some more bricks using our raptor. This is super overpowered. We don't even need the blue thingy. We can just pick the raptor in free play. Some more pictures. No idea what movie this is from. Die to this pit 10 times over again. Save a stegosaur who we literally put into that trap before. Okay. And then this hook just did not want to work. This made me extremely frustrated. So I reloaded the area and then it worked for some reason. I don't know. Sometimes you just have to hard reset. Once again I had to do the fast travel trick. Very annoying. No actual fast travel. And we take some pictures at the aviary. Save this bald guy from here. Break some more amber bricks. I mean the raptor is really overpowered with the T-Rex head, to be honest. The only thing he can't do I think is pull the T-Rex gate switch thingies. We heal an Ankylosaurus and cut down nothing from the tree for a worker in peril. Okay. And then we bring back a bunch of raptor eggs to this nest for another gold brick. And do a little compy maze. I really did not understand this section, but eventually I got the red brick through some shimmying around. use the Raptor T-Rex hybrid again, fight a bunch of skeleton raptors. I think these are raptors. One of them was stuck back there, so obviously we're gonna take them out. Grab the gold brick and then spawn the Indominus Rex to pull on this lever. Wow, there's actually someone inside. Bring back some more Raptor eggs by Ben Heidbrand, whoever that is, and the last egg for another gold brick. At this point I thought I was done with the third movie, so I headed over to Jurassic World to take a bunch more pictures, and this one's pretty cool. You shoot all of these dinosaur targets for a gold brick, some more compy puzzles, and then we do some more hacking, or I guess playing video games. And this game took forever. This is 10x speed, by the way. All that for a gold brick. But I guess it's better than all of these races. They're starting to get on my nerves, honestly. We dig out some more camera sites and take some more iconic pictures. This is a super cool feature. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Save or, well, heal a Gallimimus. And then we head over to the petting area. This is super cute. There's a sick baby trike who we have to heal. Take a picture of him first, then play some soccer, as I think this is Ned or some other dude, I don't know. And then we heal the cute baby trike. Very adorable. Over to the Mosasaurus area, we take this very cool picture, and then we head downstairs. I was not expecting this. This is insane. We build a massive shark head, I guess, or Mosasaurus head. And then we actually get to play as the Mosasaurus. Swim around, roar, collect fossils. Then we grab some gold bricks over here. The last fossil for another gold brick. And obviously, since the Mosasaurus is a large dinosaur, he can also roar, or she can also roar. Breaking these amber bricks and giving us another red brick. We then do the race. This was kind of clunky, but whatever. It takes forever for some reason. And then we fight off a bunch of sharks. 6 of them to be exact, for the final gold brick of the water area. Back outside, we do a gyrosphere race. Yay, another race, so much fun. And shoot these compies with T-Rex piss. Take some more pictures, fly over here, grab some more gold bricks. And another race, this time on the motorbike, because the Paki was actually too slow for this one, surprisingly enough. And then we head over to the Jurassic World area, where we take some more pictures, and oh my god, this section is so bad. I did not understand at all what flying switches are. I don't know why I didn't get it. I just didn't. Eventually I figured it out though. You have to pull on these thingies to save some workers. And then this weird minigame starts. We have to pull a bunch of them for a red brick. Over to the Indominus Rex area, we take a bunch of pictures, get some gold bricks, and then we get this bull. And this time I actually decided to do the race on the bull. I don't know why, I just felt like doing that. And then for the only time in the entire game, we actually have to use the Indominus Rex to get past this section by using the camouflage. Why? Why? Anyways, over to the extra levels, and these are insanely boring in this game. It's just all of the chase levels, but this time you're playing as the, well, as the T-Rex, or as the Indominus Rex, or as the Gallimimus, or whatever. It's just basically the opposite of the original level. Here we're playing as the T-Rex. Well, no, actually we're playing as like a baby raptor running away. I don't know why. Then we're playing as a compy running away from the from these raptor gangs. And this is the final one, I think. No, this is the second to final one. Just run away from an Indominus Rex and try to get True Survivor. That's the entire level. Very boring. And this level is perfect for farming studs, so we're going to be using that a lot in the future to collect some more. Final area of Jurassic World, a race around an engine building. Very cool. Really enjoyed this part for once, even though it's a race. And then we grab a bunch more gold bricks, pulling on this, heading up the tower, and then we slide down here for another gold brick. And then I realized that in Jurassic Park 3, there's actually also the aviary, where we have to use a bunch more of these flying switches, do some more flying puzzles, some more races. And then this next section is pretty cool. You swap between a person or a dinosaur and the pterosaur and get a red brick by flipping these switches. We then actually have to use the pterosaur to kill a bunch of Troodons. And just like in the movie, we have another paragliding scene. Very cool for a gold brick, even though we're kind of stranded now. but we can just swap back to another character and head back to Jurassic World to finish the final races. And then we head down to the Tyrannosaurus Rex area where we use the Raptor and the Pachy, not the T-Rex, in case you thought we'd be doing that. Well, actually, might as well spawn him in while we're at it. And we actually end up taking a picture of him first, or her, and then we pull some levers, and with her help we make our way up top, up this mountain area, using a woman who can jump higher for a red brick. Then we solve this math puzzle to release a bunch of Gallimimus and take all of those out for the final gold brick of this area. Unfortunately, it spawns over here. Oh no, there's actually one more gold brick, my apologies, it's up here. And then I stood here marveling at the Japanese artwork, because I studied Japanese for 1.5 years. Small side note, I guess. And now, since we have all the gold bricks, it's over to collecting studs and buying all of these red bricks. Always getting the multiplier and heading back to the level, doing it over and over again with increasing multipliers. Always running back to this area, buying the next red brick, back to the bonus level. And by now our multiplier is so high that we can just get the last multi, I think, or the second to last. And then we just did all of the bonus levels and all of the normal levels back to back. Just head in there, grab one coin, get True Survivor, and instantly leave. As you can see, this takes literally 10 seconds. The only problem is the loading screen, which takes forever. Anyways, final Jurassic World level, done with that, but we're still missing a few percentages. So we grab the rest of the red bricks and activate them all at once, which was not a good idea. What the hell is this? Instantly turn all of that off again. Why are we tiny? Why are we dinosaurs? And what's with the weird music? Over to this level again, farm some more coins, and as you can see, I'm getting multiple 100 million coins in one run. So we buy all of the remaining characters as well as all of the remaining vehicles, and with that we unlock Mr. DNA, the final character, who is pretty odd to play but kind of cool. And we have officially 100%ed LEGO Jurassic World. Wow. Didn't think I'd ever be able to say that. This was a very long process. We use Mr. DNA, he can shoot, he can solve math puzzles, do all of that. And then I just wanted to celebrate by doing a bunch of dinosaur fights, obviously without invincibility. First, T-Rex versus Spinosaurus, and of course Rexy makes short work of the Spinosaurus, even though in the movie Spinosaurus absolutely mauled her. But with that being said, we can finally head out of the game after all of these hours. It's a great relief to finally leave, even though I enjoyed it a lot. And as always in these videos, at the end we get to marvel at this beautiful screen. Load game 100%. Absolutely beautiful. And so I can finally close the game. Alright, and let's jump into some ratings. First we have the story. Honestly, the story was pretty accurate to the movies. I quite enjoyed them, so I'm going to be awarding 4 out of 5 stars. I feel like some scenes were a bit random or not very accurate, but in general, the story held up quite nicely in this LEGO adaptation, and so I feel like 4 stars is definitely deserved. Alright, next we have the characters. A bunch of the characters were completely useless, and I honestly have no idea who they even are. But all of the dinosaurs and the unique characters, like the boy with the T-Rex piss, or the camouflage, the picture taking, and all of that was really unique. And obviously the dinosaurs basically solo carry the entire game. So even though some of the characters sucked, simply because of the fact that there's a bunch of different dinosaurs, I will actually be awarding 5 out of 5 stars for characters. From there, we jump over to the collectibles, and I really like the collectibles. In this case, I mean the collectibles in the actual levels. And in this case, that was the mini kits as well as the amber bricks. Both of these had really cool like hiding spots, very unique, different mini kits to unlock, not always just digging up. I mean, there was a lot of digging involved, but unlike in Harry Potter, it's not just, oh, be this character and press this button and you get the mini kit. Also, you get a really nice reward for collecting all of the mini kits, always being a Lego skeleton dinosaur, fossil dinosaur after each level if you unlock all 10. And another dinosaur, this time a real dinosaur, if you manage to grab the amber brick. Now it's over to free roam, where we of course have a bunch more collectibles, but also in general just the map and everything you can explore. In this game, I felt the map was really small in a way. It looked massive, but honestly, you had to take certain paths. You couldn't actually explore the island per se. It was basically just one path to the next site and then over to the aviary, to this lab, stuff like that. Nothing in between, honestly, except for like some trees or maybe the occasional sick dinosaur, but pretty bland, honestly. And the collectibles themselves were really cool. I liked a lot of the red bricks. Mosasaurus, Aviary, all of that was really cool. So for that reason, I'm going to be awarding 3 out of 5 stars. Honestly, the map I would probably give 2 stars, but I really enjoyed the red bricks. I really enjoyed playing as different dinosaurs. So for that, I'd give 4. So that equals out to 3. All right, and for the last category, we have gimmicks. With gimmicks, I mean special features that only certain games have. For example, if we look at Harry Potter, that would be spells or potion making. And for this game, that would be the dinosaurs. I can't really think of any other gimmicks except for maybe like some of the vehicles, like the gyrosphere. But honestly, that's not really unique. But the dinosaurs are absolutely insane. I adored playing as dinosaurs. They're sick, they have cool designs, different abilities. And so in total, since there's really no other gimmicks than the dinosaurs, but honestly it wouldn't really make sense to add anything else, I'll be awarding 4.5 out of 5 stars. I feel like that's fair. You could have maybe done some more, but the dinosaurs are so sick, they really deserve this high rating. To wrap things up, I want to give a general rating before we move over to the tier list. I really, really did enjoy this game. It took me quite some time to finish everything, play through all the levels again, and I felt like the map was kind of confusing, especially at some point you get to like 95, 96%, and from that point on it's very hard to still find collectibles if you haven't been very systematic while collecting all of them. And it kind of sucks that there's no list for gold bricks or for characters, stuff like that. But honestly, story was great, story was funny, dinosaurs super cool, unique characters, very cool features, very cool gimmicks, cool collectibles, nice rewards. It felt very rewarding to unlock new areas, and for that reason, I will be awarding 4.5 out of 5 stars for LEGO Jurassic World. At the end of these videos, I always want to showcase the playtime it actually took me to 100% the game, because I feel like that's quite an important information for anyone who also wants to attempt this challenge or basically 100% the game themselves. So in total, it took me around 22.5 hours to 100% the game. Alright, finally, let's place LEGO Jurassic World into the tier list, and I will be placing it directly next to LEGO Harry Potter 5 to 7 in the A tier. But I'm actually going to be moving it above that one because I really did enjoy the game quite a lot. Maybe it's because I'm a dino nerd, but I really found it excellent. Highly recommended. Now you might be wondering why this video still has a few minutes left, and that is actually because while I was checking my playtime, I realized I was missing something. Even though the game said 100%, Steam, as it turns out, there's actually Steam achievements and I'm still missing 7 of those. So, back to the game it is. Unfortunately, I recorded in a way that you can't actually see the Steam achievement pop up, but basically these achievements include making a custom character, attempting to use a hack terminal as Alan Grant, as a little callback to the first or third movie, I'm not sure. Then building something as Mr. DNA. Next is shooting a soccer goal playing as a raptor. Then we've got playing as John Hammond as both characters. Then we've got giving Timmy an electroshock. And the final challenge really tripped me out. I really did not understand what I had to do. The last achievement is playing as Dennis Nedry and shooting a soda can at another human. I really didn't understand this because you can't target humans or other players in free play. But then I realized you can just shoot a bad guy in one of the levels and that counts. And so finally, we have unlocked all 49 achievements and have now officially 100%ed the game. I guess you can add 10 to 12 extra minutes of playtime, so 22 hours and 40 minutes. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to leave a comment down below, like the video and share it with your friends, and also don't forget to follow.